I've heard that Polish people alone are receiving about 40 billion square meters of redundant air in the packages per year. It sounds like a real big problem. Could you elaborate on the air commerce phenomenon?
Of course. Well, first of all, DS Smith is a company that's active in sustainable packaging solutions, and it creates corrugated packaging, it creates paper, and it's also the largest recycling of paper in Europe. One of the key things for us is sustainability. And when you think about sustainability, it's all about design. And during the pandemic, we saw that more and more packages were sent to the home. And we all experienced the fact that you received bigger packages than you expected. And actually, we did a study in Poland where we looked at the transportation of products to the home from warehouses. And what we noticed was that about 40,000 cubic meters of empty space was shipped to the home. 40,000 cubic meters. That's the same as filling the National Stadium in Warsaw 40 times. So that's a lot of air. And that's not all, because in addition to the air, you of course have the much larger packaging that is also being sent, which is not needed. And that equates to 90,000 tons of corrugated packaging. And that's not even talking about the tape. So there's more than 300 million square meters of tape going into these boxes. And if you look at it, it can go 150 times around the world. So there's a lot of things we can do. Maybe a last final fact is that if you think about the number of shipments that are done, so 250 transport journeys were done that were not necessary because of this bigger space. And that is more than 40,000 tons of CO2 that are going into the environment. So I think a lot of work to do, and I think that's something we do together with our customers, working on sustainability and making sure that they deliver on their targets, but also at the same time making Poland a more sustainable country to live in.
You've said that there is a problem with logistics. There is huge problem with ecology, I think, with that. So what can we do?
Well, one of the things that we can do is indeed look at the design. So if you think about the packaging design, if you only change 1 millimeter of the packaging, it means you can increase the amount of product that you can put on a pallet with 15 to 20%. And that's a lot of additional product. And that means you can reduce trucks, and that means you can reduce CO2 with around 70%, which was a study we did with one of our customers. But it's not just what we can do, it's also what consumers are wanting. Because 85% of consumers say that they want to have as least packaging as possible when they buy a product. And I think it's about 40% that say we don't want, we see too much packaging being used for the products that are being shipped to us. And then last, it's also not just the consumers that are driving this change, but it's also governments and the EU that are driving this. As of 2019, the EU has forbidden single-use plastic. So for instance, plastic straws or cups. But if you think about it, the plastic cup will live in the environment or will not degrade for another 450 years. Can you imagine? So it's very important that we do this work. In France, they're now pushing the legislation even forward, where they say we do not want to do plastic packaging for food and vegetables. And I think this will only continue. So driven by consumer wants, but also driven by legislation. And that's why we're focusing very much on the design, together with our customers, to use less material and take out plastic from the environment.
You've told about the customers. Do you think they want to ban the plastic packages? How are they feeling about it?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of all consumers, but as I said, you can see that a large majority, 85%, are saying I want as little packaging as possible, and 1/3 is saying that too much packaging is one of the biggest problems we have at the moment. So there's a clear need, and I think that's what we're doing. And if you look at problem plastic, which is of course one of the sources of plastic going into the environment, it's one of the focus areas where we try to take as much of it out. We've set ourselves an ambitious target to take out 1 billion pieces of plastic from the environment by 2025. And to date, we already have taken out more than 300 million of pieces of plastic from the shelves. And I think, we're just getting started, and this is something I think we need to continue to do.
Are there any ideas to challenge this problem? There are commerce, like complete ideas which we can introduce right now.
Yeah. So I think one of the things is looking at different ways of using packaging that is circular. Second thing is the design, as we talked about. So the design of can we use packaging design to take out plastic that is currently existing in products on the shelf. Like I said, in France, they already have forbidden or banned plastic boxes for vegetables. For instance, if you think about, for instance, a box of strawberries. Before they were in a plastic box. Tomorrow they are in a cardboard box that you can 100% recycle. So I think those are some of the solutions that you can think of.
Can you tell me about your site in Bełchatów? What are you doing there?
Yes, well, Bełchatów, so we will next week inaugurate our newest site. So we already have 7 manufacturing sites in Poland. This will be the 8th, and it's by far the most innovative. It's a state-of-the-art site, and it's going to be producing sustainable solutions for our customers. It's going to focus also on e-commerce. It will produce 100% recyclable or reusable products, and it will use also 88% recyclable paper. So we try to drive as much as possible the sustainability into our production line. In Bełchatów we employ about 200 people. And we also have an innovation center that will work together with our customers to drive sustainability, to drive them and help them with their sustainability goals, but in a way also therefore help Poland to step up in their sustainability ambitions.
Any plans for any other sites in Poland?
Well, we're first going to finish this first site, of which we're very proud. That will be next week, and then beyond that we will look. But our ambitions are high, and we feel there's many opportunities in the Polish market to continue to grow. And by the way, Poland is one of our strategic markets. We've been here over 50 years, and for sure we intend to grow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.